Hey, it's me, Audrey. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my channel is about Disney and fashion and a little bit of music. Sometimes I do cover songs. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my very first Q&A. I asked you guys in a couple videos to give me some questions that you might want me to answer. And so this is the video where I'm going to answer those questions for you. I'm actually reading the questions straight off of my phone, like in the comment section from the YouTube videos from before. And I'm answering them on the fly. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, the first one is from Fatima, and she asks, how old are you and how often do you visit Disneyland? Well, to your first question, Fatima, I would say I will tell you how old I am when you tell me how old you are. So you have to comment below with how old you are. And the second question is, I go to Disneyland twice a month. I usually try to go every other weekend. Sometimes I'll go by myself, like on a Friday. And if not, then I'll go on a Saturday, usually with my daughter. Okay, Kaylin Dyer asks, if you could live in any Disney fictional place, example Arendelle, where would you live and why? I probably should have thought about these answers before I sat down to do it. I don't think I'd want to live in Arendelle. The first thing that pops into my head is Andalasia from Enchanted. You don't really get to see a whole lot of it, but it seems like a place that's always happy and fun, and so I don't know, I guess I'll pick Andalasia. I can't really think of any other place right now. It might be fun to live as a mermaid under the sea. Is there a name for Ariel's kingdom, for Triton's kingdom? I'm not sure, but that'd be fun. So maybe either Andalasia or in King Triton's kingdom, just because I'd get to be a mermaid. That'd be fun. The next question is from Zoe Rosie, and she asks, what are your favorite foods to eat when you go to the Disney parks? Well, she has a couple questions. So that one, and then which Disney park do you want to visit the most that you've never been to, and what's an attraction you haven't experienced that you really want to? So the first question, I love the popcorn at Disneyland. Like, if I walk by it and smell it, which is like all the time, I have to get it. It's so good. I think it's better than any other snack there. And I can't say that it's my favorite food, but we do love eating at the pizza and pasta place in California Adventure. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's off Paradise Pier. Okay, next question she said was, which Disney park do you want to visit the most? I really want to go to Shanghai just because it's big. I've only ever been to Disneyland and California Adventure, so any of the other ones would be amazing. I would love it. But just because Shanghai is like the new one and it looks so beautiful, and I've never been to China, so I think that would be my first choice. And then my second choice would probably just be Disney World in Florida, because I think that every big Disney fan should at least experience the Orlando park and the Anaheim park. So that would be my second choice. And then her third question is, what's an attraction you haven't experienced that you really want to? At Disneyland, I can't say that there's anything I haven't done that I want to do. There's a couple things I haven't done, but they're not like, ooh, I have to do that. Like, I've never ridden the storybook ride in Fantasyland with the whale, and I've never done that little train ride in Fantasyland. But I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. So I would say anything in other parks that we don't have in Disneyland. There was one in particular in Disney World that looked fun. I think it's like the Everest one, something like that. I don't know what it's called. You guys can tell me in the comments below, but there's like one in Disneyland that's kind of like our Matterhorn because there's a Yeti on it, but I hear it's like way better because it's more modern. So that one, whatever it's called. Okay, thank you for those questions, Zoe. And next, Harry Fowler asks, will you ever come to visit us in Disneyland Parks? I think that's DLP, Disneyland Parks. Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris. Oh my gosh. It would be a dream of mine to do that. I do speak un peu français, très un peu, but it'd be really cool to like try to use the French I do know at the Disneyland Paris park, so hopefully someday, and if I do, I'll have to make sure that you know about it. The next question is from Dina the cat, and she always comments on my videos. Hi Dina, thank you for your question. It is, what is your favorite spot in the park to just sit down and relax for a while? I hate to say I don't relax enough in the parks because I should. Oh, yesterday actually, I went to the park last night and we got ice cream from the Ghirardelli chocolate ice cream place in California Adventure. There's like an area right in front of Ariel's ride where there was like nobody there. We just sat there and had our ice cream, and it was really nice because it was like nighttime, so it was pretty, and looking at all the colors on the Ferris wheel, and yeah. Okay, so my YouTube friends over on the Oodalolly channel, if you haven't checked them out, make sure that you do. They do a lot of vlogs from Walt Disney World, but they asked, what was the thought process in becoming an annual pass holder, and how did you decide to make Disney a regular part of your life as an adult? So that's a really good question. We moved to California, I was already an adult, and we went to Disneyland. I could count on one hand like how many times we went before I became an annual pass holder. We got the annual passes because it's something I've always wanted for years and years and years. I kept saying, oh, it'd be so fun to have an annual pass. Long story short, I accidentally, it's a long story, I accidentally saved like about $500. I know that sounds crazy, but it had to do with work pay, and they weren't paying me enough, and we didn't realize it until it was like $500. So the first thing I thought was, what have I always wanted? Disneyland passes. So I used that money as down payment to get me, my son, and my daughter Disneyland passes. My husband didn't really want one, so I didn't get him one. But anyway, so we got the passes summer of 2015, and I guess the thought process, to answer the question, the thought process was just that I always wanted them, and so when I had the extra money, I did it, and now I can imagine not having an annual pass. Like, I would be so upset if I couldn't go to Disneyland whenever I wanted to. And then their second question was, how did you decide to make Disney a regular part of your life as an adult? Also good question. I mean, I've always been a fan of Disney. I grew up in the Disney Renaissance, so I think pretty much everybody who grew up in the 90s has at least some part of them that loves Disney. So that was always a part, but moving to California and having Disneyland so close made me love it even more. And then now that, to be honest, I think getting the annual pass and going all the time is what made me a little bit obsessed with Disney. Disney bounding has made me obsessed with Disney. And when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't really plan on it being a Disney channel at all, like at all, but it's headed that way, and I'm glad that it has. It's fun, and I love doing it, and it just makes my love for Disney that much more amazing. Next is, what is your favorite season for fashion and why? Thank you for asking that non-Disney question. She says hers is fall because she loves layering clothes and wearing cute boots. I think mine is fall too. I think it's for a lot of people it's fall, just because it's when you can finally bundle up a little bit. Scarves and boots and sweaters are always like a great way to put your little stamp on fashion. I think with every turn of the season though, you're always excited for it. Like when it's finally warm enough to wear a tank top and shorts and flip-flop, that's always exciting. And then after you've been doing that for months and months and months, especially here in Southern California, it's like yesterday I wore flip-flops to Disneyland because it was so hot, and it's almost November. Then you want fall, you know. I want to wear layers and sweaters and boots, and so yeah, I'd go with fall. This is from Peaches Peached, cute name. It says, where do I get Disney gift cards from? Well, you can get Disney gift cards anywhere. I think she asked that because I did a Disney haul, so I was talking about my Disney gift card. I got mine just because I have a Disney credit card, and it was like a reward program that they sent me. But I literally was in Best Buy the other day and I saw Disney gift cards. Anywhere you can find gift cards, you can get a Disney gift card. Target, Walmart, the grocery store. And I'm sure you could definitely get them at Disneyland and at the Disney store. So I hope that answers your question. Oh, here's one from Anna Stone. Anna, I'm not sure how you say it. Long-time subscriber, hi. What do you like to do when you aren't Disney bounding or making YouTube videos? Love your channel, by the way. Thank you. That is a very big part of my life right now. I started my YouTube channel in September of 2015, so a little over a year now. I didn't really mark the occasion of my year anniversary, but I should have. So I do put a lot of work and thought into YouTube because it's fun and I love doing it. But there is definitely a lot of other things in my life. I'm married and I have 2 kids, so obviously that takes up a lot of time. I love hanging out with my kids. We are very active in our church, so I sing at church and I kind of like lead the worship service at my church. I go to school, not a lot. Last semester I was there 5 days a week. This semester I'm only there 2 days a week. I am almost done getting an associate's degree in music with an emphasis on voice. What else do I do? Right. Oh, I work. I almost forgot I have a job. I work at the School of Rock, just like the movie. Yes, it's a real place. And I teach voice and I teach little kids how to rock out and have a good time with music. And that is pretty much it. I watch a lot of TV. I love Netflix and Hulu. I just got done binge watching the show Parenthood, which I watched when it was on air, but I watched it again because it's so good. Before that, I binge watched Friday Night Lights, which I'd never seen, but I watched all of that on Netflix. So that's one thing I really like to do. I'm an avid movie collector. I don't watch them as much as I used to, but I still like to go out and buy a new movie every now and again. I have like about 500 DVDs and Blu-rays, and that is about it. That's all I can think of right now. Maddie Mouse asks, can you describe the process you go through in selecting and putting together a Disney bound? Usually, it's one of 2 ways that I decide. One is there's a specific character that I want to do, especially if it's like, oh, I'm going to sing for a character. I do sing to the characters of the park. So it's like, okay, I want to sing for this character. I need this color, this color. So I'll just go to the thrift store and I'll look for a specific dress in the color or a specific top in that color. And the other way I decide is if I'm already at the thrift store and I see a color that's like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of so-and-so. My Rapunzel bound was that way. I saw a dress and it was like the perfect purple. It was like almost pink, but purple. And I was like, well, that's Rapunzel, obviously. So I wasn't planning on doing a Rapunzel bound, but the dress was calling to me to do Rapunzel. So those are the 2 different processes I go through. Right now, I'm planning an Aladdin bound. So what I do is I go to the thrift store. I went a couple days ago. I found the perfect pants for Aladdin, but looking through the shirts, I didn't quite find the right purple shirt. So I just keep going back. You know, I go to the thrift store like once a week, and if it's not something that's already in my closet, I'll just go and look through the purple shirts again. And if I really can't find anything and I'm in a pinch, I'll go to a few other thrift stores until I find just what I want. Accessories, I'm not like the best at accessories. I wish I was better at it, but I'm trying to. Like I need a red hat for Aladdin. I'm gonna look for a red beanie if I can't find one. I try to avoid like making special purchases just for bounding. If it's something like a red beanie, I think I could wear that like every day with other outfits. So that's something I would maybe order online, but I don't want to buy something like, I'm trying to think of an example, like a top hat, or like order one specifically at full price for a bound, because I feel like when else am I going to wear a top hat? So I try to avoid doing that. But other than that, yeah, I do a lot of thrifting. I'm not a huge planner. I kind of just find things and think, oh, this would be good for so-and-so. Or like the other day when I got the Aladdin pants, I actually found something that would also work for a Belle bound, and I wasn't planning on doing that. So yeah, I just pick up pieces as I see them, and I don't do a lot of planning. That's kind of how I am with life, I guess. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for participating in my Q&A and for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. I do upload a new video every single weekend, and sometimes on Wednesday when I have something to say or I just feel like uploading. Make sure that you stick around for more Disney fun. And because I want to get to know you guys just like you wanted to get to know me, I would love it if you would comment below with the answer to this question: what Disney park would you love to visit that you haven't visited yet? Maybe you've never been to one at all. So let me know which one that you would love to visit the most. And I will see you guys next weekend. Bye! I like to sing. Okay.